Hello and welcome to the Pretty Good Saturday Show, the weekly show packed full of gaming, giveaways and chat. My name's Gareth Evans, this is Mike Williams,
hey.
And coming up on today's show...
Gareth gets freaked the F out in the vanishing of Ethan Carter.
This is crazy. We found what might be the worst game ever. Who bought this game? Who would buy a game like this?
And we discuss whether Mafia 3 can make the cut in a world already filled with open world games.
Also be sure to stick around for this week's gaming giveaway. We'll be giving away a copy of A Witcher 3 for the PlayStation 4.
We'll also be announcing the winner of last week's Prison Architect giveaway. Mafia 3 is out next Friday, October the 7th, and in a world where players already have boundless options for their open world gaming, does this gangland sequel have enough to set itself apart from the likes of GTA 5 and The Witcher? Publishers 2K have already released a series of trailers and gameplay demos, and we have to say, so far, so good. But can Mafia 3 cut the open world mustard? Gareth, are you excited for this game?
Yes, in a word, very excited. You only have to look at the trailers. It looks absolutely amazing. I've tried to temper myself since the huge disappointment of No Man's Sky. Let's be honest, it was a huge disappointment. It took a while to sink in, but it was so disappointing eventually once you realise it. So what I'm most excited about in the game is that you've got these subordinates or underbosses. There's 3 of them. Like once you take down districts, there's 9 districts in the game. Once you take some down or you control the districts, you can assign one of your underbosses to run the district, and they've each got certain perks, and like some might make more money, some might make better guns or whatever like that. I don't know specifics. But there's that kind of strategical element to it that maybe isn't present in any of the other open world games, and I hope they pull it off right. I hope it's like I hope it's something to get your teeth stuck into and not just a superficial glossing over of what could be a really good mechanic.
Well, it's called Mafia, but you're actually not in the Mafia, you're in the Black Mob as this Lincoln Clay character.
Yeah.
And you're trying to take the Mafia down, you're trying to take the Italians down. Yeah,
your arch enemy is a character called Sal Marcano, I believe, and I think there's something from the trailer that his son double crosses you, and that's why you start off this vendetta to try and take down Sal Marcano and his gang of his empire basically. And so
the city itself as well is quite cool. It's like 1960s New Orleans. It's called New Bordeaux. I think it's quite an interesting setting, really. I can't think of many other games that's taken you to anything like that. So what do you think about the setting and the era they've gone for? The
fantastic 60s. My favorite, music wise, the soundtrack apparently is amazing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I personally can't wait for.
Okay, now it's time to take a look at our gaming highlights from the past week.
It is some yellow mustard. We're just going to throw that on the floor. Like those lighting effects, that's probably the prettiest part of the game so far. Let's throw it on the floor. Half severed heads stuck together. What is this? Someone crawling out from the ground in the graveyard? That belongs on the floor. Somebody on a radio and a gas mask belongs on the floor. An eye, scary eye, belongs on the floor. And what's this last one? Is this what I think it is? Is that actual? No, that's got to be some sort of... Let's just put that on the floor. I died, and then back to the start. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Don't tell me all the pictures are back on the... Why am I even still playing this game? It's the worst looking swan I've ever seen. This game is so bad. Why am I even uploading this video? You shouldn't even be watching this video. This is the worst game ever. Whoa. Whoa, what is that? You do not want to look out that window. That's scary. What is this? Who? Where did I go? Is this the same room? What's through there? Where am I now? Oh my god, where am I going to? I've got no idea where I'm going. I'm totally lost. This is crazy, but it's also very good. It's also very awesome. What just happened?
Okay, so you say the phrase open world game, like GTA 5 is the first thing that comes to your mind. It's like the biggest, most successful, most popular, critically acclaimed game there is. 3 years after it's released, it's still one of the most popular online games. How is Mafia 3 going to stand up to that? What's Mafia 3 going to bring to the table against GTA?
I think one of the key things that's going to make Mafia 3 in the same category as GTA 5 will be the online multiplayer. I think that is really important these days in these type of games. It's like the replayability, or once you've completed the main story, like what is there after? So online is naturally where people get their money's worth. So why do you think GTA 5 is as popular as it is?
I think it's probably like the size of it, the scope of it. You've got this big city, and then beyond the city you've got rural areas. You've got a like mountain range. So it's this massive city, and it's probably as close to like a real life city to explore as you'll get outside of things like The Sims, which are just all about mimicking like reality and having a bit of fun with it. GTA 5 just gives you this area, and there's so many things to do in it. You don't have to go shooting up things. You can drive, you can do races, you can do like extreme sports and stuff. You can do bank heists. So it's kind of it's got all these elements to it. But why do you think people like open world games so much? What is it about them that
I think it's value for money. It's like you can buy one game that lasts you more than a couple of weeks. Once you finish the story, you can do the side missions and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's a really good point. Yeah, and you think about it, you get £40, and in terms of pure hours you get out of it, it's massive, isn't it? It's compared to and I'm not, we're saying GTA 5, but the same goes for like role-playing games, things like Fallout and The Witcher and things.
Skyrim and
exactly, yeah, they're enormous worlds you get. You're not getting a story that you channel, or you're kind of channeled along.
Yeah.
You get a whole world that you can just jump into.
And it's the adventure aspect of it, and the discovery aspect, and all those types of rewards that you get from the game that you don't get from a single narrative-based story. Yeah. So there's a lot going for open world games. So moving on now, we're going to look at some comments that were left on the videos this week. And first up,
Rune Klimek commented on the worst game ever video. Watching this is probably the best entertainment anyone ever got out of this game. Have my thumbs up, Gareth.
Yeah. Well, if any of you saw that video, I was perplexed by how bad it was. So yeah,
rough around the edges, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say that game was.
I would use another word: horrible. On the same video, Gene Tan comments 17 minutes for Gareth armpit sweat.
Ruby Newbie comments on the This Is Crazy Ethan Carter episode. Very nice game to watch. Seems like a really good story, and the smoothness makes it different. Would like to have the episode around 30 to 40 minutes, just a heads up. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks Ruby for your comment. 30 to 40 minutes would make a better video for some people.
Depends on the games, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Depends on the type of game.
A big game like that, maybe. And I don't know until I jump in it. I didn't know anything about Ethan Carter so much. So maybe in future, those type of games, 30 to 40 minutes, the more time consuming for me, but maybe you get more out of them. So Philip Hellfire comments on the Last of Us Left Behind, episode 4. So good how the bad guys just killed each other. Smiley face. Great DLC. Thanks, Philip. Thanks for always commenting on the videos. You're a true fan.
That was a very cool bit as well, though. I liked watching that. The kind of that little strategy of just throwing a bottle in there and watching the chaos kind of erupt afterwards. I like that. Aidan Valentine commented on last week's Pretty Good Saturday show. I love this weekly show. It's so professional with great content. Smiley face. Can't wait for next week.
Well, I'm glad you think it's professional, because sometimes it feels like it's not quite so, but we really appreciate you saying that.
Cheers, Aidan.
And hopefully we're definitely doing something right. So now it's time for the giveaway, and last week's competition was a copy of Prison Architect we were giving away, and the winner is Next Gen, who commented, nice video, my first gaming experience would have been on my brother's Commodore 64. Love that data loading sounds, haha. My first gaming system that was mine was the Sega Master System with Alex the Kid built in. Thanks Next Gen, you are a winner. I will be contacting you in the comments, and we'll be sending you a key for Prison Architect. So congratulations, well
Congratulations,
done.
dude.
And by the way, yeah, the Sega Master System, that was an awesome system. Not that you'd know, Mike, because you were probably still in diapers.
So commiserations to those who missed out, but this week you could be in with a chance of winning a copy of The Witcher 3 on PS4. This game is an absolute masterpiece and was one of the games of the year from last year. To win, just like and comment on this video. Winners will be announced in next week's Pretty Good Saturday show. Good luck!
And for those of you who do love free stuff, look out next week on this channel. Every single weekday we'll be giving away a game and announcing the winners on next week's Saturday show. So it's a huge giveaway week next week. You can check out the trailer with all the information in the description of this video.
Thanks very much for watching. Come back for next week's Pretty Good Saturday show where we'll be announcing all 6 winners of our big giveaway next week.
Bye for now.
See you later.